Okay, full yoga breathing. So bringing ourselves back to our crowd that we're working with is actually small children. Don't sit still for too long. So your full yoga breathing might look like kids sitting any old which way. It could be like this. They could be sitting on their knees for the very little ones. It doesn't really matter so much as more building their awareness that they have a breath and that they can consciously breathe. All day we breathe unconsciously, but just starting to breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and you'll see their little faces go like they're just so focused. It's not like, oh, this is a relaxing breath. It's like, you know. So moderating our expectations with the age groups is that you're introducing it to them from a young age. They're still getting the benefits of a nice deep breath. It's probably just not a super relaxing practice for them. It's more of a concentration practice. And it does help them focus too. You'll see in the beginning, they can start with maybe 3 deep breaths comfortably. And over time, build up to maybe 5 full yoga breaths at the beginning of the practice and at the end of the practice comfortably, which is amazing. So let's start with full yoga breathing for the younger age group. I'm going to switch on my teacher mode now, kids yoga teacher mode. Okay, everybody, let's practice a special breathing technique. Sitting with your hands on your knees, sitting up nice and tall, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, now closing our mouth, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Very good. Let's do one more. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent work, little yogis. Give yourself a clap. I find the ones where they sit quietly and patiently and hold their focus, they're the ones that I give the biggest applause or reward feedback for, because it's probably the hardest thing for little kids because it's almost against most kids' nature, especially when they're in a group of other little kids. The energy is usually, let's play. So for them to sit is really, really nice. So as then they get maybe a little bit older, so like age 4 to about age 7, then you can incorporate breathing into their belly. So, all right, we're going to do a special technique, full yoga breathing. And when we do this breathing technique, you'll notice if you bring your hands to your belly, take a big breath in and see your belly expand out like a big balloon. And when you breathe out, it's like the balloon has been let go. So let's breathe in and expand our balloon belly. Nice and full, make it big, and breathing out. One more time, make a big balloon, blowing it up really big and breathing out. Excellent. Now hands to your knees, doing it one more time, breathing in, breathing out. Very good. Excellent. And for your older kids, you can do just very gentle yoga breathing, sitting up nice and tall in easy sitting pose, lifting through your spine, nice straight back. Now breathing in, filling your lungs, breathing out. If you like, you can bring your hands to your lower ribs, breathing in, feel your chest expand, breathing out, feeling it soften. Good. And hands to your belly, breathing in and breathing out. And where else might you feel your breath? Maybe up a little higher, holding onto your chest, breathing in and breathing out. Good. And now you can take one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart, breathing in and breathing out. And what could you feel when you breathe in? Can you feel your chest rise and your belly expand? And when you breathe out, feeling your chest full and your belly contract. Good. And let's do it one more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Excellent. And relax your hands. So I combined maybe like 5 or 6 examples there of different ways they can position their hands. I would usually do maybe one. Okay, just bring your hands to your belly or just your hands to your ribs today. Breathing, feeling, and just you're really just trying to help them create that awareness and proprioceptive awareness that it's their lungs, their ribs, their belly, this expansion and contraction feeling, because it can help them to develop that capacity to take a nice, full, deep breath. If they're not really connected to all these muscles that help and their diaphragm tucked in under the ribs, um, they may be accustomed to just shallow breathing and they think that they're taking a deep breath and they're going, and it's all. Yes, your anxious kids are the ones that tend to breathe like you'll see their collarbones go, but nothing, not much going on down here. And what you can do too as a nice prop is laying on their back with a yoga block on their belly, and they can see the rise and fall or help to raise the yoga block up, breathing in and breathing out. With your little ones too, it can be like a little stuffed animal or even an eye pillow or something that has that tactile sensory experience of breathing down into the lower lobes of the lungs so that the belly lifts and expands. So that touch is something that's a really nice way to help kids connect with that. And it's probably the only technique that I would actually be hands-on with children, because when you're teaching adults, uh, a little bit of proprioceptive support can really help somebody switch on a muscle or get just into the right alignment just by pressing the ribs or drawing the belly in or poking somebody in the thigh saying switch on here. Some people don't have that development of proprioceptive awareness. So even if you say, engage the knee and firm your thigh, they're like, I hear what you're saying, but my body does not know what you mean. And so just by going squeeze here, they can go, oh, okay, my brain knows where to squeeze, but without having that tactile point of contact, they don't have the communication pathway, neuromuscular pathway to do that. So for kids, when they're learning to breathe, having a little bit of weight there gives that little bit of sensory feedback to their brain. Okay, I'm breathing into this here where the touch exists. Yeah. So with adjusting children, I never do hands-on adjustments. It's not about that. We're talking about breathing techniques now, but slightly off topic is with kids yoga, I never adjust because it's not about that. It's them showing up, it's them discovering their bodies, it's them developing their own positive sense of practice and feeling good and confident in their body. Maybe with the older kids at like 11 or 12 years old, if they're standing on their mat doing a warrior and their arm is like this, doing a gentle, here we go, is no big deal. But um, yeah, seeing children even going into like younger kids, I've seen kindy kids trying to do cat cow like this. And it's the first time they've ever done a movement like that in their chonky little bodies where their heads are massive and their bodies are still developing, like they're so small. And going like this and not quite getting it. And I'm thinking, that's all right. You're just starting. Like your body is just starting to make those connections, just doing whatever you can do. That's part of that progressive development of neuromuscular connection and nervous system. And I've seen teachers go up to the little kid holding their belly like that, going, "Oh, like trying to mechanically move their body up and down. And the kid's like, it's like, I get so protective of the kids whenever I'm teaching the kids, and then the teachers or the parents intervene. I'm just like mama lion, just like. So, um, but with breath awareness, it's so beneficial for kids to have those tactile points of contact. So, um, all right. Full yoga breathing can also be done standing up too. So it can be done just at the beginning of your practice or even throughout the practice, standing up, and the same same things of just you can hold here, you can just have them standing in mountain and say, let's do some yoga breathing. Who can make their belly grow really big? Breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. Yeah, so it's a really good foundational technique that you probably should include or would be encouraged to include in every practice, because how beneficial for kids to learn to breathe properly and to know that they can access their breath at any time when they're feeling anxious, when they're feeling a little bit stressed, when they're feeling like, to actually slow down and be able to breathe and regulate their nervous system and their mind. And it's free and easy. They don't need any props or assistance. And they can do it even in bed at night. Like it's such a good skill and tool for them to have. So if that, like, sometimes we feel like, oh, they need lots of variety and we need to give them, it needs to be exciting. But if you stick to, or if you have a few key things, like a simple mantra meditation that they can remember and do, a simple breathing technique that they can remember and nail it and do in times of need, because kids won't have much capacity to draw on these tools. But if it's simple and easy and it's been drilled into them, then when in a time of need out in the world, when they need it, it's so much easier for them to recall and go, oh, yes, I know what I need to do. So that's the benefit of simplicity and repetition and not trying to make everything fun and fancy, because you got to have, I think it's a faith and trust thing in the process, in the tools. Have faith in the process and the tools. That's where the medicine is. So there's no need to try and, make things too fancy all the time.